A tablet gaming console then. The teardown of the RedMagic Tablet 5 Pro is here. It went from the previous generation's internal air cooling to this generation's liquid cooling. Will the actual performance be better or worse? Huh, whoa, what is this blue thing? Did I just puncture the liquid cooling system? The RedMagic 5 Pro just went on sale, and I spent $4,999 to buy a silver one for a teardown review. Let's compare its look with the previous generation Golden Saga. Which one do you think looks cooler? I have to say, this glowing liquid cooling system really adds to the aesthetics. The back cover is still completely flat, and the dimensions are basically the same as the previous generation. The biggest upgrade on the front is this screen. The refresh rate has been boosted to a staggering 185 Hz. I checked the games that actually support it, and they are the ones shown in this image. In terms of brightness, the RedMagic Tablet 5 Pro's X10 display substrate is indeed slightly brighter than the previous generation Tablet 3. Okay, let's leave the exterior and features at that. How are the internal components of this tablet? Is it worth its starting price of $4,999? Let's get right to the teardown. First, I'll place the tablet on the heating pad for 2.5 minutes. I plan to start by removing the liquid cooling section on the back, so I'll heat the back panel first. Once heated, I'll use an ultra-thin metal pick and some alcohol to pry open the cover of the liquid cooling unit. Whoa, what is this blue stuff? Oh no, it's over. I think I accidentally punctured it and leaked the fluorinated liquid. It is fine. Let us use this plastic pick to trace around the glass cover and remove it. Oh wait, that is a relief. That was not the fluorinated liquid. I think the alcohol just dissolved some of the cover's base coat. It does not affect anything at all. The cover itself is made of glass and it feels quite durable when flexed. Underneath the cover, we can see the liquid cooling unit. Above this, you can also see an NFC coil, a single camera, and a single color temperature flash. Many in the audience might ask, what do you need an NFC coil on a tablet for? Now, for those who don't play games, you might not know that many gamers use these near-field communication game launch cards. This accessory is actually quite important for gamers. Now, let's peel off this liquid cooling unit. After peeling it off, you can see its power cable is still connected to the inside of the device, so we need to open it up from the screen side as well. Flipping to the back of the liquid cooling unit, you can see it has a light guide plate, and it uses these 6 LED beads along with the light guide plate to illuminate the liquid cooling on it. And this little black thing here is the piezoelectric ceramic micropump. As we mentioned in the RedMagic 11 Pro Plus video, it uses vibration and piston movement to circulate the liquid cooling system. Now let's heat it up again to remove the screen. Okay, after a huge amount of effort, I finally managed to get the screen off. Once removed, you can see a large vapor chamber cooling plate on the back of the screen. And the edges of the vapor chamber are cushioned with foam to prevent it from making hard contact with the battery underneath. Another unique detail is that this screen has 2 ribbon cables, 1 and 2. The thicker one is obviously the display cable, while the thinner one is dedicated to the touch integrated circuit. The benefit of separating them is that the touch and display signals won't interfere with each other, resulting in more precise and rapid response times. Peeling back the black tape, the IC underneath is the Synaptics 3930 Touch IC, just like the one in the previous 3 Pro. This is a high-end series from Synaptics, and the instantaneous touch sampling rate reaches 2000 Hz. Next, let's look at the internal structure of this screen. On a scale of 1 to 91, what score would you give it? Okay, let's remove all these screws first. I have to say, there are really a lot of them. It took me 9 minutes and 1 second to finish taking them all out for you. Let me show you, there are so many of them, I won't count exactly how many. Okay, first, let's remove the camera. The rear camera is 13 megapixels. Next, let's look at the front camera. This front one is 9 megapixels. For a gaming tablet's camera, my requirement is just that it can recognize a face, and that's okay. I really don't have any other needs. Next, let's remove the motherboard's mounting screws. After removing the motherboard, you can see it has a long vertical design. Looking at the side, it is a standard single-layer motherboard, which is very beneficial for heat dissipation. The processor is a 5th generation Snapdragon 8 Elite, paired with a RedMagic R4 dedicated gaming chip, so there is absolutely no need to worry about performance. The RAM and storage combination is LPDDR5X and UFS 4.1. This performance is more than just enough. It is at an overkill level. If your budget is a bit tight and you mostly play Honor of Kings or just use it for casual tasks, there is no need to get this latest model. The previous generation 3 Pro with its Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and dedicated gaming chip is still top tier and much more budget friendly. I checked the current resale price and it is around 3,458 yuan, which is much cheaper than when it first launched. Plus, devices on Zhuanzhuan go through multiple rounds of official quality checks, so I find them quite reliable. There is a large amount of thermal paste applied to the surface of the motherboard. This is used to conduct heat directly from the motherboard to the vapor chamber cooling plate, which is highly efficient. Once the motherboard is removed, we can take out the liquid cooling system from the back. Upon closer inspection, it appears to be connected to the motherboard for power through these 2 contact points. Let's pull it out. And the liquid cooling system had been completely removed. The blue liquid inside is the same fluorinated fluid used in servers, and its position aligns perfectly with the motherboard. Honestly, whether this cooling unit actually conducts heat doesn't matter to me. I personally think the most important thing is that it just looks really cool. Okay, let's keep looking. Remove the top and bottom black covers and flip it over to see the symmetrical dual 1217 specification speakers. They are fully metal encased, and for the sound quality compared to the previous generation RedMagic, let's compare the Pad 3 Pro. Which one do you think has better sound quality? Next, we remove the top left and bottom left covers in our side, where underneath these, you can see the dual X-axis linear motors. So forget about dual motors. Many mainstream tablets on the market don't even have one. So this dual motor spec is way above standard. And these aren't small motors either. They are 0815 X-axis linear motors from DMEGC. Both are identical, providing crisp haptic feedback for gaming or system navigation. Next, let's remove the bottom port. This is a full-spec charging port that supports 80-watt wired fast charging and USB 3.2 Gen 2 data transfer speeds. It also features an independent modular design, so if your tablet's port ever breaks, it will be very easy to replace and repair. Besides the ports at the bottom, if you look at the side, there is another Type-C port. This means the tablet has two charging ports. If you are worried about the charging cable getting in your way while gaming, you can use the one at the bottom. Plug it in there and it won't get in your way when playing in landscape mode. Furthermore, this tablet supports bypass charging, powering the motherboard directly so the battery doesn't heat up. The details on this gaming tablet are truly well executed. And the power button on the top also supports fingerprint recognition. The last remaining component is the battery. As we can see from the indentation in the middle, the battery uses a dual cell, dual interface design with a total capacity reaching 8,300 mAh, which is sufficient for a small tablet. The battery manufacturer is quite rare. Looking closely, it is from BYD Company Limited in Shanghai. Actually, BYD is very professional when it comes to phone assembly. For those who know which companies BYD has assembled phones for, feel free to type it in the comments.